What's going on there, YouTubers? This is ODC, that's me, and I'm back with another action figure review. This is my review of the DC Comics Unlimited Injustice Superman figure. As you can see here, he's still in the package. I actually just picked this guy up for a really great deal on from my local comic book store, Queen City Comics, and or the Queen City Bookstore, either or. You can check them online, or they have a webpage, or you can check out their Facebook page under Queen City Comics. Little plug there, just trying to help out my local comic shop. But on to the figure here. I know I went back on what I said, and I told myself, actually, oh, somebody just fell over. I know I told myself that I would not get any more of these Injustice figures. And I also said it in my review of the Injustice Batman. Not a big fan of the articulation and the overall look of the figures. I saw the Joker figure. I didn't like it at all. I thought not that the face sculpt was messed up. It just seems like the paint is a little off on some of these figures, and the articulation's really awkward of some of these. I don't understand why Mattel decided to go a different route with the articulation just because it's based off of a video game. But still, nonetheless, I mean, when it comes down to it, my advice to them would be, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I know that's not grammatically correct, what I just said, but if it isn't broke, then don't fix it. Don't really understand, a little baffled about the articulation. That's, I think, the biggest drawback. But this is basically what that was my little rant about that. But this is basically what he looks like in package. He's got nice side work right there with Superman shooting his laser vision. And here he is in the back. In this wave, it comes with the Joker and Injustice Green Lantern, which I've seen it. I don't think I'm gonna get it. So, yeah, looks pretty good. There's his little statistics if you want to read that. Let me get this guy out of package. I'll be right back. And we're back, and here we have Superman out of his package here, and he fell over. All right, here we have Superman out of his package here. The blooper reel's done. But I think what really sold me on this figure was where they went wrong with Batman. I think they went right with Superman here. Oh boy, I already got a blemish right there. I'll have to look at that in a minute. Maybe I spoke too soon. Where I think they went wrong with the Batman design. I think they went right with Superman. I don't think this is nearly as bad as the Batman figure. Excuse me. I think he's much better pleasing to the eye, and he's got a very New 52-esque look to him. I don't know. It's just something that pops a little bit more for me. I felt like Batman was a little bit overdone. I mean, Batman's got pretty much a simple look to him, and you don't really need to go over the top. I just felt like they went over the top of that figure. But I digress. We're talking about this figure. The cape looks really nice, actually. I like the different design of... usually we don't get this as a very odd design for a Superman figure. Not saying that that's a negative about the figure. I don't mind something different. That's nice to change things up a little bit. If you haven't played the video game, then you probably wouldn't know why he's looking like this. But this is the Elseworld story from the Injustice video game. And if you're not familiar with the Injustice comic book or video game, then you would not be familiar with this look. This is his specific look in the video game or the comic. Actually, I think I have the the older version here. He's got a little bit of gray hair going on right on the sides here. I'm not sure if that's in. He's got like a touch of gray. It's like a touch of gray. By Menon. Sorry. But yeah, he's definitely got some gray hair going on the sides here. It kind of looks like Reed Richards a touch. Not really, but yeah, let me get to his articulation real quick. His head has a pretty good range of motion. Oh, it is on a ball hinge. It goes more down than up. As you can see, there's the hole, so you can see the hole, and it's got a pretty decent range of motion, so you can get him in a kind of coming down pose here. I won't get too much into that, but his head does move up and down pretty well. It does move side to side, can do a full 360 rotation. His arm does go up here, goes down. It can't do a full 360 because it's hindered because of his shoulder pads here. No bicep swivel. This is where I don't understand what they're doing. But then you have a elbow hinge, which is fine, and a forearm swivel. I don't mind this forearm swivel. It's just in an awkward place at the elbow. I feel like the elbow is a little bit hindered for more articulation. If you just had the swivel down here, it would probably make a little bit more sense and have a bicep swivel. But he does have an ankle. Oh, no. Okay, just an ankle. a wrist swivel. There we go. Mess that up. He's either a little stiff or he doesn't have a waist joint. It looks like there's a cut right here. It looks like there's a waist joint. But I don't know. I'm not gonna mess with it. I guess no waist joint. I guess there's a cut there for no reason. He does have T-jointed hips, go out forward about not very well, and they don't really go back at all. So he does have a lower thigh swivel, very low thigh swivel. He has a single bend at the knee, and he has a swivel at the knee, kind of useless to me, and he has an ankle hinge. Now, not taking away from the way this figure looks, it's just his articulation I don't like. So I'm not saying that, this is a horrible figure. I just don't like it when articulation is done like this. It just seems like, I don't know, he's done a little bit cheap. I don't know. Just feels cheap to me when things are done, I don't know, not necessarily differently, but not necessarily different, but as I try to pour my words out of my mouth. But I mean, here's a perfect example when you have this version, and then you have, I'm just going to bring in John here. When you have this, I mean, there's a huge difference, and I feel like they really should have just went with the DC Universe Classics look. It would have made it much better looking, a better feel for a figure. This has a little bit more weight to it than these do. These feel a little bit lighter, and so that's pretty much it. That's the big problem I have with these guys, is they're the real feel to them. But not to take anything away from them, they do have very nice sculpting here on the shoulder pads here, leading with the cape. The cape has very nice coloring, although there is a little bit of a two different color red going from here to here. Maybe it's just my figure, but the reds on the back of the cape look very nice, and his overall sculpting looks very, very good. His boots look good. His S on his chest looks good. Everything looks pretty good. But I don't know. Just not a big fan of these guys. As you can see, I got a little defect on this chest here. It looks like a paint chip. But oh well. If I had to rate this figure, I'd probably give him a... I would probably give the Batman. I don't think I rated the Batman. If I did, I don't remember, but I'd probably rate the Batman as a 5, and I'll probably give this guy a 6. I just not a huge fan of it, but got to have the world's finest together. I mean, even if they're in a bad version. So that's pretty much my review on the DC Comics Unlimited Injustice Superman figure. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the flip side.